20 ticking time bombs that can blow up any relationship. These are the hidden dangers that lurk beneath the surface. Look, we all know relationships can be tough. They require effort, patience, and understanding. You're gonna have your ups and downs, your good times and bad. It's a natural part of any relationship. But sometimes, it's not the big blowouts that do the real damage. It's the small, everyday issues. It's those little things, the seemingly insignificant issues that you sweep under the rug, thinking they'll just go away. That can fester and turn into relationship killers. Over time, these small issues can grow into major problems. Ignoring problems doesn't make them go away. In fact, it often makes them worse. So today, we're going to dive deep into 20 ticking time bombs that can blow up any relationship. These are the things you need to watch out for. I'm talking about the habits, the behaviors, the little things that might seem harmless on the surface but can do some serious damage over time. Let's uncover these hidden dangers together. Keeping score. Relationships aren't about keeping score. If you're constantly tallying up your partner's mistakes, you're not building a relationship, you're building a case. Drop the scorecard and start acting like you're on the same team. The silent treatment. Giving your partner the silent treatment is immature and manipulative. When you shut down and refuse to talk, you're not solving anything. You're just making things worse. If you've got something to say it. Don't use silence as a weapon. It's cowardly and destructive. Phone addiction. Couples sitting across from each other at a restaurant, not talking, just staring at their phones. They're physically there, but mentally and emotionally they're a million miles away. When you constantly choose your phone over your partner, you're sending a clear message. You're not important enough for my attention. Over time, that message is going to sink in and do some real damage. Letting outsiders rule. It's important to have a support system, but letting friends, family, or social media dictate your relationship is a recipe for disaster. You and your partner are the only ones who truly know the ins and outs of your relationship. Listen to outside opinions with a grain of salt. Remember that your relationship is your business, not theirs. Losing yourself. Being in a relationship doesn't mean you have to lose yourself. Maintain your own identity, interests, and passions. Don't lose yourself in the relationship. Keep nurturing your own growth and individuality. Mind-reading mayhem. You're not a mind reader. You can't know what your partner is thinking or feeling unless they tell you. So many couples fall into the trap of making assumptions and jumping to conclusions. Ask them. Communicate. You'll be amazed at how much easier it is to resolve issues when you actually know what you're talking about. The money monster. Let's talk about money, folks. It's one of the biggest sources of stress and conflict in relationships, and yet, so many couples avoid talking about it. Financial problems don't just go away on their own. Bite the bullet and have those tough conversations about money. Be honest about your financial situation, your spending habits, your goals. It'll save you a whole lot of heartache in the long run. Neglecting intimacy. Physical intimacy is a vital part of a healthy, fulfilling relationship. And I'm not just talking about sex here. When you stop making an effort to be physically intimate, you start to drift apart emotionally. You feel disconnected, unloved, and unappreciated. Make time for intimacy, folks. It'll do wonders for your relationship. Taking each other for granted. It's easy to fall into a rut in long-term relationships, to start taking each other for granted. Over time, the excitement fades, and the routine takes over. You stop noticing the little things your partner does for you. Acts of kindness go unnoticed and appreciation dwindles. When you take your partner for granted, you're essentially saying, I don't value you or our relationship. This can lead to feelings of neglect and resentment. So, make an effort to show your partner how much you care. Express your gratitude. Small gestures can reignite the spark. Tell them how much they mean to you. Open communication is key to maintaining a healthy relationship. A little appreciation goes a long way. Never underestimate the power of a kind word or a thoughtful gesture. The resentment trap. Resentment is like a poison in a relationship. It often stems from unresolved issues, unmet expectations, and a lack of communication. Address issues as they arise. Communicate openly and honestly. Don't let resentment take root in your relationship. Boundary busters. Healthy relationships require healthy boundaries. Each person needs to have their own space, their own time, their own identity. Respect their need for alone time, their need for privacy, their need to be their own person. Give them some breathing room. stress spill over. We all experience stress in our lives, but when you let that stress spill over into your relationship, it can create a toxic environment. You're taking your frustrations out on each other, blaming each other for your problems. Find healthy ways to manage your stress outside of the relationship. Exercise, meditate, talk to a therapist. Don't let stress become the third wheel in your relationship. Future shock. If you're not on the same page about your long-term goals, your relationship is heading for a brick wall. Discuss the big stuff. Marriage, kids, career aspirations, where you want to live. Because if you're not on the same path, you're going to end up going in different directions. And that's a recipe for heartbreak. The jealousy monster. A little bit of jealousy can be normal in a relationship, but when it becomes all-consuming, it's a dangerous game. Jealousy is rooted in insecurity and fear. Talk to your partner, seek therapy if you need to. Don't let jealousy destroy something beautiful. Stifling growth. Relationships should be about support and encouragement, not about holding each other back. When one partner feels stifled, resentment is bound to build. Encourage their dreams, support their goals, celebrate their successes. Remember, you're on the same team. Their happiness is your happiness. Trauma untangled. We all have baggage, past relationships, childhood experiences, trauma. It can all impact how we show up in our present relationships. If you're carrying around unresolved trauma, it's going to affect your current relationship. Seek therapy, process your emotions, learn healthy coping mechanisms. Don't let your past hold you hostage. Love language. Mishaps. We all give and receive love in different ways. When you're not speaking the same love language as your partner, it can lead to misunderstandings. Take the time to learn your partner's love language. Make an effort to express your love in a way that resonates with them. Technology disconnect. Technology can be a blessing and a curse in relationships. When you're constantly glued to your phone, you're sending a clear message. You're not as important as my digital world. Put down the phone, turn off the notifications, and be present with your partner. Give them your undivided attention. You'll be surprised at how much closer it makes you feel. The intimacy evolution. Physical intimacy is a dynamic and evolving part of any relationship. What worked for you in the bedroom 5 years ago might not work today. The important thing is to keep the lines of communication open. Talk to your partner about your needs, your desires, your fantasies. Be honest, be open, be respectful. You might just surprise yourselves. Ticking time bombs diffused. Relationships take work. By being aware of these ticking time bombs, you can build a stronger, more fulfilling relationship. Remember, you're in this together. Act like it. Outro. Don't let these bombs blow up your relationship. Thanks for watching. Relationships are a two-way street requiring effort from both partners. It's about give and take, about compromise, about putting in the effort to understand and appreciate your partner. It's about those little moments that build up to create a strong bond. You've got to be proactive, you've got to be willing to do the work, and you've got to be willing to communicate openly and honestly. A successful relationship isn't about finding the perfect person, it's about being the best partner you can be. It's about growing together and supporting each other through thick and thin. So, take what you've learned today, put it into practice, and go build the relationship of your dreams. Remember, every step you take together is a step towards a stronger, more fulfilling partnership.